crocheters, it's Karen Whooley. Welcome to Crochet All Day with Karen, episode 26. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been crazy here. I mean, we've had typical high desert weather, and it's been rainy, and it's been sunny, and it's been windy, and it's been hot, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I have a sunburn from being at the baseball game yesterday. But so summer is almost here, and I expect the weather to start heating up. It's already in the 80s. We're supposed to get into the 90s soon, so that's what's going on here. As far as being so absent, I am so sorry. It's been a crazy month of May, beginning of June. We've had windstorms where I have not been able to I could record, but I couldn't post, and a lot of the news would have been old by then, so I just decided to hold off on podcasting till I knew the weather was better. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to show you some new things, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to show you is a project I've been working on. This yarn you saw last year sometime, and I finally started making a knit pair of socks out of it. It was one of those projects where I just needed a filler project to just get ready to do some work, and so this is the sock. This is with Wildstar fibers. It was her Enemies to Lovers colorway that she did last year. It's just a cuff down sock with a heel flap and gusset. I'm at the foot now. I finished all of the gusset decreases, and I'm just working on the foot. I haven't actually picked this up in about a week and a half, because I've been working on some other projects that I had to get done, and I still have to get done. So, but I wanted to show you that I have been doing something for myself. I haven't picked up my sweater, my Audrey sweater. It's still sitting downstairs in the same position you saw it last time, because I just didn't want to heat up my lap when I was working on this guy, so I just didn't start working on it. So I should also mention one of the reasons I didn't record last week is because I had vertigo and that's big huge sinus infection, and I am still at the tail end, so if my voice sounds really bad, you know why. But that's what I've been working on. Other than some secret projects, I've started projects for my book. I have gotten 5 patterns done already for that book. Plus I'm working on my Missouri Star Quilt Company project, which hopefully in the next couple weeks I will announce what's going on there. I just want to wait for one piece of the puzzle to be ready to go before I talk about exactly what's going on there. But I'm really excited about it. And I'm really excited about my projects for the book, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But for right now, let's move on to Crochet Along. I don't believe I have talked about the Crochet Along I'm doing for the summer, or for the month of June actually. And it is my Enchanted vine shawl pattern. You're going to see the tag on it because I'm bringing this to a show in a couple weeks. But this is the Enchanted vine shawl. It was released actually in April, and with all the craziness in my life, I really did not promote this shawl very much. So I wanted to do something special for it because it's one of my favorite shawls that I've ever made. I'm so excited about it. So this is the Enchanted shawl, the Enchanted vine shawl. It's worked from side to side. And for the month of June, we are running a Crochet Along. And so if you have not already bought the pattern, if you buy the pattern between now and the end of the month and complete the shawl, you'll actually be eligible to win some prizes. So I wanted to let you know what's going on there. So if you've already bought the shawl, you've probably already gotten the email with all the details. But going forward, if you decide you want to jump in on this Crochet Along and have a cool little summer shawl that you can wear all summer season long, all you have to do is go to my website, the link will be in my profile, and purchase the pattern. And as soon as you purchase the pattern, you will receive an automatic email that will let you know about what you need to do for the crochet along. But just so that you guys know, it is all done on Instagram, so you have to have an Instagram account in order to join into the crochet along. And to do that, all you're going to be doing, there's a hashtag, which I'll also put in the show notes, that you're going to be tagging all your photos with. So what you'll do is you'll start your project, take a couple pictures of the project, post them on Instagram with the hashtag, because I am following the hashtag. It's KWD Enchanted Vine CAL is the hashtag. And you can follow it too. You can see what other people are doing. People are already starting to post. But once you complete the shawl, the email will tell you about a Google form that you go in and you're going to put all your details, including a link to the final photo of the finished shawl. It doesn't have to be blocked, but as long as I can see the whole shawl is done, that's perfect. Love to see it on your smiling face. So if you haven't done that, just you know, if you haven't done that before, have someone take a picture of you wearing it. It's really simple. And then on July 1st, I'm going to have a Zoom call. And that Zoom call will be for a drawing for 2 prizes. The first prize is a $25 gift certificate to my website. And the second prize, and I don't have them here because they're already ready to ship, but it's 2 hanks of a merino cashmere yarn that you could make another shawl with or something else in fingering weight from Passion Yarns. I believe it's our Valentine is the name of the colorway. It's kind of a beautiful cashmere pink. It's just beautiful. It's tonal. It's got a bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in winning that, you can join us. Again, in the show notes, you will see the link to purchase the pattern. All you have to do is purchase the pattern and post pictures on Instagram, and then join. You don't have to be at the Zoom on the 1st. But if you can, that'd be great. But all the winners will be announced then, and you'll get to see it live. So I hope you'll join me. I'm really excited about the shawls I'm already seeing. So this is actually from, the yarn is from Chicken Lady Fiber Arts. It's her Serama sock. It's a chicken breed, and I cannot remember Serama sock right now off the top of my head. And this is the colorway, the Secret Garden. So it's beautiful. It's a green. It's got little pink specks. But if you want to make it exactly the same color that the pattern's in, that's where you get it. I'll put her link in the show notes as well. So that's where we are with the crochet along. And then I wanted to show you some new yarn that has come into the studio. Okay. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen this, but this is a big zippered bag from Berroco Yarns. And this yarn is actually all earmarked for projects for my new book, which I'm not going to talk about right now what the topic is. However, I'm using all fingering weight yarns for this book. I am doing color. I mean, if you look at this, this is color. It's beautiful. There's one hank or one ball of every color of each color that you see here. I'm just going to pull out one so that I can read to you the label, but this is Berroco Vintage. I'm so excited. Their colors are amazing. Berroco Vintage is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon, and it's 437 yards to 100 grams or 3.5 ounces. 400 meters in each ball. This is one of the reds that I ordered. And the reason I have one of every color is because this book is going to be all about color. It's going to be so much color. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for you to see this book. But anyway, this is so soft. For an acrylic, for the 52% acrylic, this is softer than you would ever think. If you've ever used vintage in the worst weight, which I have used many times for sweaters. In fact, a few months ago, I was wearing a sweater during winter that I made with Berroco Vintage. but I've never used the sock and I've never seen so many colors all at once. So I was really excited to get this from Berroco. It came in last week. I am so excited. I'm hoping that maybe by the beginning of October, I'll be able to announce the topic of the book. So until then, stay tuned. There's more yarn coming. I told you I think I finished 5 patterns for the book already. This is for another 4, 5 patterns in the book. I think it's 5 patterns in the book, 6 patterns in the book. And then I'm going to be picking up some more yarn next week. I'm going to be driving over to the west side of Washington to see my doctors. I go and see my primary care every year in person. I'm going to be seeing her and also my asthma doctor. So hopefully we can figure out why my voice is doing this and why my sinuses are doing what they're doing. But anyway, on the way there, I'm going to be picking up some yarns from Scasell. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get those. Those are also for the book. And then I am waiting on some yarn from Knit Picks or We Crochet, whatever you want to call them, crochet.com. There'll be even more projects in the book. So I'm going to be using a lot of different brands of yarn. A lot of them are found in your local yarn shop. I am going to be using some yarns from hand dyers as well, but mostly it's going to be the Knit Picks, We Crochet yarns, the Berroco yarns, the Scasell yarns, and the Universal yarns. And the Universal yarns I've shown you in the past, but there's going to be more. So anyway, I will talk about those and the book itself as I'm going along. And I'm show you the yarns that I'm going to be using, but I'm not going to show the projects probably until October, just because I want to keep it under wraps as long as I possibly can. So that's it for the book and for the new yarns in the studio. And then I was going to have a topic of the week, but it's been so long since I've talked to you guys. I really have to get into the groove of doing this again. And I know it's been crazy, and I'm going to try to get a weekly podcast going and with a educational or topic or something like that. But this week I don't have that. But this week instead, one of the things I was doing while I was working on some of the projects this past week, I was thinking about the sweater that I'm actually working that's made in worsted weight yarn. And I decided, you know what, I might feature a couple patterns from a couple other designers that are more summer sweaters that I would make for myself. And in fact, both these, if I can get myself to a spot where I can throw a little extra pattern in somewhere that I can work on for myself other than these socks in crochet, I'm gonna do that. But the first one I wanted to show you is from a designer. I have to look at everything. Her name is Life and Yarn Designs. She's on Etsy, and the name of the pattern is Easy Crochet or Easy Summer Crochet Sweater. And I'm going to show a picture of it here. It's really, really pretty. It's actually done in 2 rectangles and seamed at the neck, up and down the front here and the back, as a cool pattern. It's really inexpensive. You can get it on Etsy for $4.25, and it's just a simple 2 rectangles. She used Line Brand Mandela in fingering weight. Both of these patterns are fingering weight, and I absolutely love them to the point of I might actually make them with some yarn I have in my stash. This one here is, because it's got multiple colors in it, I might do it in a variegated. I don't know that I'll be able to. I have enough yarn, I think, because I think for my size I need about 700 or 1,700 yards in fingering weight for it. Maybe a little less. I have to take my measurements again because I'm losing weight, and so I could be looking at the wrong size for me. But it's gorgeous. Don't you think this is gorgeous? It's perfect to wear a little tank top underneath it to hide, because there's a lot of holes in it, but wearing a little tank top under it and over shorts, it's perfect for summer. Very lightweight. Okay, and the second pattern that I want to show you is called the Flora Tee by Lola Crochets, also found on Etsy. I believe this pattern is like a little over $8. She is an Australian designer. But what I love about this pattern is that it's a join as you go floral motif sweater. And it's got two versions, one with short sleeves and one with 3/4 inch sleeves. Again, this is something that you probably want to wear a tank top underneath it, but I thought this would be so cute in a variegated yarn or using some of my leftovers from socks I've made and other fingering weight projects and tonal yarns and mix and match the colors. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And both of these patterns, I should have mentioned with the other one too, are sized to, I believe, a 5X. So you can go from the smallest, I think is extra small, and to a 5X. So check both of those out. The links to both of these patterns are going to be in the show notes. So make sure you check those out. I'm really starting to think that I'm going to make one or both of these as long as I have time in between projects. So I just need some tops for summer other than t-shirts and my nicer clothes that I wear to church and things like that. So both of these are amazing. So I wanted to recommend them. I have not downloaded the pattern, so I cannot comment on the patterns themselves, how well written they are, but the final products are gorgeous. So if any of you have done either one of these patterns, let me know and let us know in the comments. I'd really love to hear from you about that. So those are kind of two things that I really saw that I absolutely love, and I'm really considering buying the patterns and downloading them and checking them out. So there you go with some recommendations for summer projects. In the comments though, guys, since we're closing in on summer, we've got what, 11 days till the first day of summer. What are you working on? Are you doing small projects? Are you doing big projects? Or do you just like to work with, I know a lot of you like to make blankets. Are you making blankets during the summer? Are you making clothes for yourself? Are you making socks? Are you making shawls? Scarves? Are you making like hats so that once the cold weather gets here, you have projects? Let me know what you're working on. I'm working on the book basically, and some of the stuff that I need to work on for Missouri Star Quilt Company. But what's fortunate about both of them is that the projects are not